Okay. Pro tip, if you are... I'm sorry guys, I killed it. It was a scary bug. It wasn't a spider. I pinky promise I stopped killing spiders. Oh, hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back. I hope that you are having a wonderful day thus far. Today, you can obviously tell by the title that we're going to be doing a brutally honest reading. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Here is a clip of the piles right now.
All right, you guys, these are your three piles. We have group number 1 with the amethyst pendant, group number 2 with the baby's breath, and group number 3 with the locket. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you're free to do that right now. If you would like to pick more than one, you are always welcome to do so.
Picked your pile, my dear. Go and check out the description box where I've left you timestamps for when your reading will start, and I will see you in the reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome. If you are looking for a personal reading, you can check those out in my description box. I do usually restock on the 1st of every month. My Etsy shop will let you know the date that I'm restocking. So, can I please get a message for group 1? Brutally honest message for group 1. So the first one that came up for you guys is Pluto. Pluto is considered a malefic planet. So this is complications, right? This is death. The reality is Pluto is death. Now, when we're doing divination, when we are reading tarot, when we're reading oracle cards, we don't read the cards in a literal fashion unless we are surrounding a topic based on that. So what I get from Pluto essentially is there is something in your life that is going to be going through a significant transformation. And this transformation is going to be significantly uncomfortable, okay? There could be Scorpios here, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, hello. This is renewal, inner resources, basic instincts, motivation, personal power, evolution, composting cycles, death, rebirth, suspicion, obsession, intensity, reckoning, taboos, clearing, and extremes. So it's clearing, right? It's clearing something in your life, space in your life to create again. There's not all bad that comes with Pluto, but the reality is when you're going through heaviness, when you're going through something really difficult, it's hard to be positive, right? It's hard to be like, my life is falling apart, but I know in 6 months to a year, I'm going to be living the life, right? That's hard to do when you're heartbroken, when you're financially stressed. That's not easy. So what this tells me right now is that there is significant discomfort. This discomfort is bringing you change, an opportunity to start over. We have Uranus, okay? So this is also confirming for me, group number 1, that there is significant change happening for you in your life. This is breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rapture, edge, diversity, and lightning. So, with something like this showing up, this is again representing a significant change happening in your life, a significant push for change in your life. It literally says revolution, you guys, okay? So there is some type of revolution taking place for you, group number 1. And I do feel like, again, for a lot of you, it's going to feel like, right, like you get off a boat and you have sea legs and you're all wobbly. It's going to feel a little bit unsteady for a period of time. However, something that does make me feel confident or more confident, also, I just want to say there is Aquarius energy connected to this. So Scorpio, Aquarius, hello. And then we have Aries here. So again, hello, Aries. This is active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive, fiery, exhilarating, innocent, on a mission, bossy, driving, sparky, courageous, selfish, macho, impulsive, argumentative, and competitive. So beautiful, amazing. This is drive, you guys. Aries is a cardinal sign. Aries is connected to getting things started and pushing something forward. So what I'm seeing from this so far, it's giving me like, I am going through a significant destruction in my life, right? I'm going through a divorce. I'm going through a breakup. I lost my job. I have a desire to start a new career path. I moved to a new city or a new country, and I'm feeling as if my life has fallen apart. This feels like your motivation. This feels like what is propelling you forward is the belief or the understanding that you are strong and that this is just a part of the plan. This is just a part of the journey to get us to where we want to go. I don't think that this change, you guys, is involuntary for most of you. There are some of you who are here where this is involuntary change. But for the vast majority of you, this is something where you chose this and you understand that the difficulties you're experiencing are just a part of the process. What I think is really positive about this, you guys, is I'm not feeling any resistance for you. I'm not feeling any like, oh, I'm holding back, or oh, like this change is happening and I'm just laying down and rolling over. I don't feel like that's what's occurring for you guys, group 1, which I think is really positive. Can I have... Okay. I hate when I have to pause in the middle of readings. It really annoys me, but that card did fly clear across the room. Sure. I'm going to pause this and be right back. And our Fallen card is the card that we'll go ahead and talk about first, group number 1. So I want everybody right now who's watching to identify an area in your life where you feel like you are giving too much, or where you feel like you are lacking balance. Pause the video, take a second to meditate, sit and ponder, share in the comments. Where in your life do you feel like you are giving too much of yourself, or where you are lacking balance? That is the area of life that needs to be addressed, okay? Temperance is all about finding balance, finding more harmony in what it is that you're doing in your day-to-day. Again, for some of you, this is going to be romantic. For others of you, this will be with work. I do feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with work. The reason being is because we have the 9 of coins. We also have the Anchor. So the 9 of coins itself, this is a card that is speaking about luxury, abundance. This is our finances. This is good finances, healthy finances, okay? The Anchor is leadership, working really hard. This is also, we can look at this as finances. I do think that it's up to you to create the abundance that you are seeking. And I do, again, feel like there are sacrifices or adjustments that must be made in order to get there. And you are aware of that. I also want to address this wording of the Anchor. This is the Emperor, you guys, but the way that it's worded, the Anchor, this is something that is keeping you stable, which is another reason why I believe for a lot of you, this is how you obtain your resources. For those of you who do not, for those of you who are provided for, there is something going on, again, change taking place within the way that you are obtaining your resources. Okay. We have potential for new growth here, which I think is extremely, extremely positive. The Ace of Wands is potential for our future. This is telling us that we can still grow, right? We can still begin again. And then the 6 of Cups is representing revisiting something from our past, readdressing something from our past that is still unresolved. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to get a confirmation or extra information regarding temperance. Can I please? Yeah, for basically everybody who picked this pile, this is a career reading, and this has to do with like your success, like finding more balance between perhaps what you're currently doing and like, is what you're doing supporting your success or your ultimate goal, or is it not? Because if it's not, then like you have to be the one to change that. It's not going to just, you're not going to wake up to one day and it's just changed, right? If you hate your job, like you have to start thinking about what you can do to get out of that situation or to improve that situation. Okay. With that information in mind, you guys, I will, because again, this does seem mostly career related, I will go ahead towards the end and ask questions regarding love just so everybody can get something out of this, but the vast majority of you need relief or career advice. Can we please get some more information? A brutally honest message. Okay. This is encouraging you to do something weird, okay? The Pioneer. every pioneer, you guys, is seen as weird until they become successful, right? Every single person who has done something worth doing had to go out of the box. Every person who's invented something has had to go out of the box. It's okay to be an outcast. It's okay to be seen as strange, or if your ideas sound outlandish. Now, I'm not saying be delusional, right? Like, I think that there's a healthy amount of delusion, but then there's also an unhealthy amount of delusion. So make sure you check yourself on that. Am I in a healthy headspace? Am I not in a healthy headspace? But the pioneer is asking you to do what has not been done before, okay? To forge your own path. This is a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So like I said, forge your own path. It's okay to go in a different direction. You will find more success down a road that is less traveled. You will find more success that is not necessarily what is currently mapped out for you, okay? Interesting. We have the wounded child here as well. This says awakens compassion and desire to serve others, other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. I always see this card and it registers to me as like a therapist or somebody who works in social services, or somebody who works with children in a significant way to help heal wounds in children, or those who are innocent. I also do see, I know some people may disagree with me on this, but I see animals and children very much as the same, like innocent, completely innocent. So if it's not children that you're feeling drawn to, it could perhaps be animals that you are feeling drawn to. Elderly people as well, although obviously elderly people are not completely innocent. They are sometimes helpless, so that could be something that you are drawn to as well. I also want to talk about how the child wounded, this could be healing something from your past. Again, revisiting something from your past regarding your ability to provide for yourself or create. I don't know if there's a voice in your head telling you like you don't have the skill set to do this, or you're not smart enough to do this, you're not this enough, that enough. But it could be healing that wounded child within yourself so that you are able to be this pioneer. I also want to go back to Aries really quick, you guys, because pioneer and Aries are very similar, right? Like this is risk-taking behavior. Calculated, obviously always take calculated risks, but this is going in a direction where it's like I have to be brave and I have to just believe in myself 110% and go after what it is I'm envisioning. Okay, brutally honest truth that group number 1 needs to hear. Okay. Perfect acceptance. This always reminds me of Harry Potter, and I always talk about this, how when they get trapped in the devil's snare and they have to just relax so that they are able to be released. There is a part of the transformation process, you guys, that is very scary. It's intimidating and it's scary, and it's human nature for us to be scared when things are changing or when things are falling apart. So I don't want you to be hard on yourself for not accepting change or for being scared about change potentially happening, right? It's normal to be scared. I do think a part of your success, a part of your pioneering spirit is going to be you accepting this transformation, you accepting this change, okay? And then we have you belong to Paradise Paradascal. This is asking you to believe in good things and believe that you are deserving of good things. Believe that you are going in a direction that is healing, that is successful, that is going to bring you, again, like happiness. Okay. Can we have a brutally honest message? Courage, yeah, like you... this is tough, right? Because like courage it's hard. In order to be courageous, you have to be scared. You have to be frightened. You have to be a little nervous about what's taking place. And what this card is telling me is that you guys are going to have to exhibit a lot of courage moving forward. Once this transformation takes place, you can't go backwards. Like there is no going back. There is no trying to rectify the past and mend fences. Like you just have to go forward. You have to do the brave thing and take a step forward. And we have Spirit Guide here. So for those of you who feel like you are on a guideless path, I think this is confirmation for you that you are not, that you are being guided. And I know for some people that is very comforting. Okay. Can I a longing for home, belonging, the original light worker. So this belonging for home, this deep yearning for a new place, it's taking me back to the anchor, you guys. It's like finding where you are finally supposed to go, finding your home, going home, right? Your guidance is divinely guided. So again, you guys, I am seeing that as confirmation for you, group number 1, that you are being guided. And then we have just say yes, which is referencing taking opportunity. Again, doing the brave thing, saying yes, taking the opportunities that are coming your way. Okay, I think we shall get one more. You have 2 yeses, you guys. Like, that's insane. Yes, just go for it. So what's holding you back, group number 1, is your hesitation. Sorry for kicking you, first of all. But your hesitation, your lack of desire to make a clear and decisive choice, going back and forth in your head of like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I do this instead? Should I do this? And like, you can run that game all day long for the rest of your life. You can run back and forth in your mind on whether or not a decision is the right decision for you. But ultimately, if where you are currently at is not serving you, if where you currently are at is not helping you, then I think it's within your best interest to just say yes and go for it, to move forward, to do the scary thing, to leave the job that you hate, to start over. Okay. I know I said that was the last one, you guys, and you know I'm so bad at ending readings. I always feel like there's more that could be said. So here we go. This should be the last one. I love the way this came out as well. It felt very, we have an apology, forgiveness, return, and I'm sorry. And I'm going to be very honest, you guys, for a lot of you, I do think this is an apology to yourself. You apologizing to yourself for the mistakes that you have made to lead you to where you are currently at. For others of you, this very well could be an apology coming from somebody else. However, I think that this, to me, feels more so like, I'm sorry for letting you down. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't make these changes sooner. I'm sorry that I didn't advance in the way that you deserved. Again, talking to yourself. Releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. And one thing's for certain for you guys, group number 1, this is like what you are stepping into. And I think the best thing that you can do for yourself under these circumstances is to let go and is to accept what is taking place. And again, if there is a grieving process that has to happen, grieve. If you're sad, be sad, but try to take that moment, that opportunity of a new start or of circumstances shifting so that you have more space in your life to create and to say yes to opportunities that are coming your way. So that is what I have. I did promise you guys I was going to do a love portion of the reading. That was technically a love deck, but can we please get any love messages for group? We have the clock, needing time, cycles, and takes time to heal, progressing. And then we have abundance. So quite literally the cards are like, no, group number 1 needs to focus on their bag. Positive mindset, manifest, gratitude, and bliss, blessings. So ultimately, group number 1, I do think the focus is on your career and creating the life that you deserve and want to live. Doing the scary thing, taking the necessary steps that you have to take. Sure. That's what I have, guys. I hope this was helpful. I also want to say this, you guys. It's important that when you are making these decisions that you are doing so with a sound mind, okay? And that you're making stable decisions. I'm not telling you to leave your 6-figure job to go pursue like music. For those of you who are talented artists, obviously I think that you should always pursue what you're passionate about, but I don't think that you should ever abandon your stability for something that is very lacking stability. I want to encourage you guys to say yes to opportunity, but also to keep in mind, I have to be practical. I have to be grounded. I have to let this go, but what I move forward in needs to be safe, because that anchor is incredibly important for you guys. Group number 1, having the ability to have a safe and stable landing ground is important. So that is what I have for you, group 1. Thank you so much. I'm sending you love, and that is all I've got. So bye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. If you do want a personal reading, I do have the link to that in my description box. That will let you know when I'm restocking. Let's go and start our shuffle. Can I please get... So we're just going to talk about all of these at the same time, because I want you guys obviously to look at this, but then I feel like this needs to be spoken about together. So we have the North Node in the middle, we have Gemini, and we have Leo. These energies coming together feel very much like your future, right? The North Node is about where you are meant to be, your path, your purpose, what you are supposed to accomplish in this life, what you are supposed to achieve in this life. Gemini is connected to intellect and communication. And then with Leo energy here, this is all about being in the spotlight. So I feel like what I'm initially receiving for you guys is there's something that you are meant to communicate. There's something that needs to be said. And this is a part of your life purpose. Now, this is going to come in different forms, guys. Obviously, this is a group reading. This can come in the form of needing to write a book, needing to write a memoir, needing to perhaps tell a story in some way, shape, or form. Maybe that's through media, right? I don't know if it's social media or traditional media, but like through media. For others of you, it's very, very possible that you are using your story, or you are using perhaps things that you need to say in order to create something for yourself. This is connected to your destiny, okay? So just topping it off with the North Node, destiny. This says soul school, learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, maturing, experience, North Star, process, development, practice, path, beacon, blossoming, becoming, integrity, and journey. So again, this is talking about your destiny, where you are meant to go, what you are meant to become. Again, Gemini is connected to intellect and being able to verbalize like what you need to say. So this is curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, variety seeking, social, collaborative, brilliant, perspective, connected, vocal, adaptive, street smart, mobile, studious, superficial, restless, and fidgety. So seeing something like this show up, right? This is giving me the impression that you guys are in a headspace, or you guys are in a point in your life where it's important that you're speaking up for yourself. It's important that you're taking in information. It's important that you are seeking out variety. It's important that you're seeking out new information. It's important that you're seeking out new experiences. And then with Leo, this message feels very, very just like to the point. Like you need to not be afraid of being seen, of being heard, of the spotlight being on you. So this is expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, overt, self-confidence, flirtatious, glowing, bedazzling, extroverted, vital, guideless, egotistical, juicy, proud, trusting, and excessive. I love you, Leo, so much. I love you too, Gemini. Honestly, Leos and Geminis are some of my favorite signs. Like I think out of all the fire signs, it's Leo. Out of all the air signs, it's Gemini. And I just feel like because you guys are picked on the most that I naturally want to mother you and protect you. Okay, let's go ahead and get some tarot on this. Can I please get an honest message, a brutally honest message for group? Okay, something did flip. Okay, that makes sense. 7 of Swords is here, guys. Okay. Seven of Swords, the Ace of Rings, the Hierophant, Two of Rings, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so starting us off, I do feel like some of you who picked this pile, there has been an energy around slacking, and I'm not trying to say that you're slacking off, but like that is what this card is saying. This card talks about a need to prioritize. So what are you allowing to wither away? What are you allowing to what are you not pouring energy into that's important, right? For some of you, this is your health. For others of you, this is your education. For some of you, it's your relationship, your work environment. But it feels like there's something really important in your life that you are just not putting energy into, or you're not prioritizing, even though you know it's a priority, even though you know it's something that's important, even though you know it's something that you don't want to lose. For one reason or another, you are allowing it to kind of wither away. And then we have the Ace of Rings here, and this is an opportunity. And I am seeing these two cards, you guys, as like, don't squander your opportunity. Don't allow the opportunity that you have to share your story, share your voice, show off your talents to like pass you by, okay? Because again, this Ace of Pentacles, this Ace of Rings, if you will, it's quite literally representing opportunity. Like you have a chance to make something out of this. The Hierophant is talking about a more traditional path. The Hierophant is referencing essentially going down a path that is quote unquote more traditional, more structured. The Hierophant also talks about making things official and signing contracts. So I do want you guys to make sure that you are doing things the quote unquote right way. Not trying to cut any corners is what I think I'm receiving from this Hierophant. Like, don't try to cut any corners. Don't try to don't skimp on production. Don't skimp on effort. If this is important to you and it's really important to you, then make sure you're giving it everything you have. And then we have the Two of Rings here, you guys. Two of Rings. This is referencing a need for more balance, a need for more harmony, a need for more room in your life. Again, I do feel like there has been an energy around not prioritizing things that are objectively important to you. Like you would say, yes, of course, my wife is important to me, or my husband's important to me, my partner, my girlfriend, whatever, right? They're important. My job's important. My health is important. My career, like what I'm trying to produce is important, but then you're not showing up for those things, or you're not doing it to the best of your abilities. And we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups talks about a surprise, okay? This talks about something unexpected happening. I do want to go ahead and ask what that surprise is. Judgment. Okay, so what I'm taking from this, you guys, is like, I'm just going to paint a picture for you. You're not watering your plant, or you're not watering your garden, and then you're like upset because you're going outside and you're like, why is nothing growing? Why is nothing growing? What? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can hear that or if the mic's picking up on that loud truck that just drove by, but why is nothing growing? Why are my plants dying, right? And it's just like, well, bestie, it's like you're not watering your plants. You are not tending to your garden. So of course it's wilting. Of course it's not flourishing. So again, not to be overly harsh on you guys, but I do feel like there is a need to put more effort in to what you are expecting to grow. And if this isn't resonating for you, then obviously like this isn't your reading, but this is for somebody. Like somebody out there needs to hear this. You are expecting your garden to grow and it's not growing because you're not watering it, or the water that you are giving to it is not enough. And sometimes, I also just want to say this to you guys, sometimes it's not your fault, right? Like sometimes it's not your fault that your garden's not growing and that your plants are dying. But it's up to you to sit down and to figure out why is my garden not growing? Why are my plants wilting? Do I need to give it more water? Do they need more sun? It is on you to figure out why that's the case and why these things are occurring. If you care enough, right? If you care enough for your garden to flourish, you have to care enough to show up and then put that effort in, to do the research, to figure out, again, what's going wrong. Can I get... Wow. I will go ahead and read all these, you guys. I usually don't when they come out like this, but I feel the need to. We have Lilith here. This is Reclaim Your Power. And 100%, you guys, like Lilith is all about, right, stepping into your power. Her energy is the energy of being self-sufficient, establishing yourself, standing up for yourself, allowing your voice to be heard, your needs, right? Speaking freely. And again, also tending to your garden. And tending to your garden does not mean helping somebody else with their garden, helping somebody else flourish, right? Maybe that's what's going on, guys, is it's not that you're not putting an effort, but you're putting an effort into somebody else's garden, or you're putting an effort into somebody else's plants. And you're sitting there like, oh, look at the garden. Like, I'm so happy it's growing. And then you're like, do I get some fruit from the garden? They're like, no. And you're like, I guess I just have nothing. You have to water your own garden. Okay. A lot of these I'm going to have to cover, you guys, because, you know, this platform doesn't like the human body, the female human body specifically. So we have Dark Moon, pause and rest. You deserve it. I'm not saying that you guys cannot rest. I am not saying that you guys should work yourself to the bone. I am not saying any of that. I believe in balance. I believe that if you do feel drained, you should rest, because at the end of the day, you can't drive on an empty tank, right? We have spells and rituals. Bring magic and self-care together. Okay. We have Crescent Moon. Keep moving forward. You got this. There's her little face. We have a blue moon here. You are ready. Make your masterpiece. And this is where I feel like a lot of you, you're here. Like, you are in this place where it's time, I'm not trying to flip you off, where it's time for you to make your masterpiece, where it's time for you to get ready, to stand up, to start writing your book, to start pursuing your dreams. And then we have Feyre, and this is, you're worthy, you're loved. Beautiful. Okay. Moving us forward. Can I please get a message for group number 2? What do they need to hear? Yeah, okay. I want to like revisit this, you guys, because this is important. Protection, set personal boundaries. Again, for those of you who are listening to this and you're like, Cenus, I put in so much energy and effort. Are you putting energy and effort towards something that actually makes you happy, or are you putting in energy and effort towards something that is building somebody else up or benefiting somebody else? I'm not saying to be selfish. I'm not saying you have to completely and totally just like hoorah, be like, forget everybody else in my life. But what I am saying is I think it's incredibly important that you are setting boundaries and you are not overextending your energy or your efforts to somebody else's garden. And then we have Vertigo. Whatever you choose will be correct. You hold the key. You hold the key. And I do find this to be the case sometimes. Sometimes people have this idea in their head of like, well, I'm scared of making the wrong choice. And I think what is far worse than making the wrong choice is making no choices, right? Because then life happens to you. And you're not choosing your life, you're just allowing life to happen to you. And I don't think that that is empowering. I don't think that that is, at the end of your life, I don't think you can look back and be like, wow, that's amazing that I just, let life sweep me away. I think it's important that you live a life of your own choosing. And even if it's scary, like making a choice is better than not making any choices. So whatever you choose will be correct. Do not be so hyper-focused, you guys, on making the quote-unquote right choice. If anything, I think mistakes are more valuable than like big wins. I feel like when you win, you learn nothing. You're just like, oh, I did good, like, yay. When you lose, you figure out how to become better. When you lose, you figure out how to come back and to do better, right? So don't take your failure as, oh, I suck. Take your failure as, oh my gosh, okay, now I need to dissect this situation and figure out how I can do better moving forward. How can I win moving forward? Yeah. So for a lot of you, this is connected to your finances. We do have financial health here showing up, which makes me very happy. And I do feel like for a lot of you, this is the goal. This is what you're aiming towards. And again, for many of you who picked this pile, your focus has been growing somebody else's garden, and now it's time to grow your own. Now it's time to go off and to start your own project, to start your own garden, so that you can feel that happiness internally, but also financially. We have new beginnings here as well, you guys. Obviously, this is representing new beginnings. So new doors opening, we do have that key. And then we have confidence. And ultimately, right, like, this is so corny and cheesy, but I really do believe that you can suck at something, like actually just suck. But if you're confident about what you're doing, aside from like doing surgery on people or like administering medicine or anything like that, you can do it if you're confident. If you are confident, you for sure can do it. So I don't think that you have to necessarily have all your puzzle pieces yet, or you don't necessarily have to have the pathway figured out. I do think just moving forward with confidence is going to take you extremely far, group 2. Okay. I am going to ask some love questions in a moment, because I do feel like this is connected more so to, again, your career, your personal life, and things like that. But I want to see if we can get anything that you need to know regarding love. Can I have what lights you up? A lot of you guys are living on autopilot right now. A lot of you guys who picked this pile, you're living on autopilot. And I understand that sometimes we just get into seasons where that is the reality of life, but I don't think that has to be your life forever. So it's important that you find things that light you up. It's important that you incorporate more things that light you up, that bring you joy, not just so that you can make money, or not just so that you can feel successful, but so that you can feel happy. We have play. So have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Okay. Can I have one more? Or two? Trust your path. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? And this goes back to what I was saying about it's far worse to not make a decision than to make the wrong decision, okay? Do not waste your life trying to be perfect, group number 2. Do not waste your life being too afraid of your own shadow, of your own potential, of your own desires. You have this life. You have to make the most of it. You absolutely owe that to yourself. And then we have transformation. And this makes me really happy because it literally is things are changing on a cellular level, deep healing. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. I am going to go ahead and move forward, you guys, to some love messages. What does group number 2 need to know? Oh no. Okay. Oh. No, did I mess up by doing this, guys? Okay. I have adult fantasies about you. It just gets worse. Reminiscing. I guess maybe it doesn't literally get worse. You're always on my mind. So that's obviously an X. For those of you who don't have an X, congratulations. This part of the message is clearly not for you. What do we do with that? Hold on, guys. I wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm taking from this? If we want to remove the romantic side of this, this could be like, let dead things lie, right? Like, don't go digging around in things that we put to bed. Yeah. This feels like regurgitation. Can I have... So there's definitely a lot of intimate energy that's showing up, you guys. We have intimacy, bonding, sensual, and confiding. We have mistakes, misunderstood, victim, and lost soul. We have abandoned, left out, walked away, and cold. Oh. And we have realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. I'm going to ask a yes or no question, and then I'm going to wrap this up, guys, okay? I'll let you know what I think of this after this yes or no question. Can I get a yes or a no? Okay. So, there is something from your past, and again, because I did ask for this to be a love message, this portion of the reading to be a love message, I do feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be an ex, or somebody who you were previously involved with, who abandoned you, who walked away, who was very cold. This person does miss you on a physical and intimate level, right? Great. This person has had realizations recently. Perhaps they are texting you, DMing you, coming back, calling you, whatever. If that happens, guys, just know, I don't think that's supported. I don't think that's something you should do. I don't support that decision. This is a big no and a pause and a reflect. That's like, what are you doing? What are we actually doing? Why are we going backwards? Now, breaking this down real quick before I let you guys go, I think this is also going to go for things from our past. I don't think that we can go back and relive something that has already like passed us. I don't think we can go back and try to like lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place, something like that. I think that we need to just let the things that have fallen apart and have left us to just leave them there. Do not look back, look forward. That is my messaging for you. Again, whether this has to do with love or other situations, this could be a platonic relationship, right? Leave it in the past. Okay, that's what I have for you. Group number 2. Thank you so very much for letting me read for you. I do appreciate it. I'm sending you oodles and boodles of love. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and that is all I've got. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. If you do want a personal reading, you guys, I do have those available in my description box. Jumping straight on into our shuffle. Can I get a message for group 3 that they need to hear? A brutally honest message. Yeah, okay, so let's focus on this. We have Aquarius energy here, you guys, and this is experimental, rational, okay, unique, liberal, electric, group-oriented, humanitarian, free radical, eccentric, diverse, futuristic, utopian, disruptive, edgy, and detached. So this is a message of innovation, right? This is a message of doing things differently. What you are doing right now needs a refresh, okay? And again, because this is a message not directed in a particular direction, I want you to apply this however it applies, right? What are you currently focused on right now? What are your goals right now? What is the center point of your life? Is it progressing, or do you feel like you're falling behind? Do you feel like you are lacking the progression that you're wanting to see? What I see with this is a refresh. The way it's showing up to me, it literally feels like we are taking out like a can of paint and we are repainting our walls. For some of you as well, there is a need for you to collaborate with other people to do things more socially. Now, if this has to do with business or if this has to do with work, you guys, I do think having or building a better relationship with the people that you work with, or expanding, what is the word? Like, why can I not think of it? Networking. Networking and growing your circle that way could also be very beneficial for you guys, okay? For some of you, I hate saying this, but for some of you, this is going to be an aesthetic change. This is like, and it's not that aesthetically changing yourself is going to make the world a difference, but sometimes that's what you need mentally in order to shift. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but a year prior to me starting this channel, I shaved off literally all of my hair. I was completely bald, and a lot of people in my life were like, are you okay? And the answer was no, I wasn't okay. But also I needed that. Like I needed that so desperately. I needed that shift. I needed that transformation physically. So then I could every day wake up in the mirror. I am a different person, quite literally, right? Like my hair is gone. I need to behave differently. I need to make different choices. So sometimes, you guys, dressing differently, dyeing your hair a different color, as silly as it sounds, sometimes making those aesthetic changes can make a really big difference in the choices that you are making in your day-to-day, which ultimately that is where the biggest change is going to come from. But can I... Okay. Oh, okay. This is hard. We have Saturn here. This is wisdom, discipline, structure, time, responsibility, test, ambition, difficulty, restraint, grounding, practicality, self-control, tradition, realism, container, bones, maturity, gravity, and scaffolding. So with Saturn showing up, you guys, Saturnian energy is some of my personal favorite because this is something that is truly going to challenge you. This is something that's truly going to break you down and help you grow in a way that, yes, is painful, yes, is agonizing, but at the end of it, you're able to look back and appreciate how far you have come, how strong you are. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is going to have to do with your career. This is going to have to do with what you are doing professionally or what you are pursuing. Here, let me see if I can get this a little bit better. What you are pursuing professionally, what you are pursuing in your day-to-day, whether that is just through your education or through, again, how you are making money. Now, we have a square here as well. This creates tension, sounds the alarm, motivates, pressures into, frustrates, demands, struggles, works out, reconciles, okay? So, square. A square and Saturnian energy is representing a struggle. Aquarius energy is also connected to Saturnian energy as well as Capricorn. So that showing up to me is really interesting. I'm not sure which area of life this is most likely happening, you guys. So obviously I do want to go ahead and pull some tarot so we can have a little bit more clarity on what exactly we're talking about. But so far what I'm getting is there's a challenge ahead. There are lessons to be learned from this challenge. And I do think there is a need to do things perhaps a little bit differently, to repaint the room, right? Also, I feel like there's a bit of risk-taking. A bit of risk-taking that needs to take place. If he continues, I will stop. We have the Lovers. We have the Six of Cups. Page of Swords, the Six of Rings, and the Nine of Cups. Okay. So the Six of Rings is talking about generosity. Great, fantastic. I'm honestly not getting very much from that, right? Like I'm not receiving very much from the Six of Rings other than perhaps your energy needs to be refocused on yourself. A lot of you who picked group number 3, you are a very giving and loving person. And I'm not telling you to stop that, but I am telling you that perhaps this is a chapter in your life where more energy has to flow towards you, your goals, your ambitions. The Lovers showing up is really interesting to me. This is being highlighted, and I feel like this is a big part for a lot of you. Challenges ahead, perhaps in your relationship or within your love life. Doing things differently, pursuing romance differently, pursuing relationships differently. For some of you, you have a tendency to rush into things or to fall in love very quickly. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's something that you should cherish and protect. But I also do think that there is a need to pursue or move forward with things a bit differently, have a different strategy. Now, again, this could have to do with the career, something that would feel in alignment with your purpose, right? So if you're somebody who's like, I hate my job, I hate my career, like that's not what this is talking about then, because the changes, if this has to do with your career, it has to be a career path that you are very passionate about or that you feel like is a part of your soul journey. The Nine of Cups showing up, this is happiness, feeling content, feeling happy, feeling satisfied with where you are at. The Six of Cups is representing our past. And what I find most interesting besides the Lovers is the fact that we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is asking a lot of questions, taking in new information, again, becoming more inquisitive. I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I don't feel like this really provided me very much clarity either. So we're gonna keep going. Can I please get Queen of Independence? This is new ideas coming forward, you guys. This is, again, like I said, potentially making different choices or choosing to go about executing our plans or the way that we operate differently. So we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords is representing intelligence and, again, making really intelligent decisions, but also the Queen of Swords is representing independent and being really strong on your own, not necessarily needing other people to approve your decisions, not necessarily doing things for the approval of others, but doing things for yourself, doing things that make you happy, doing things that bring you joy. And then the Knight of Swords is moving forward with, again, knowledge of like how I want to proceed. A clear path, right? I'm willing to cut anything down in order to get to where I want to go. Okay, let's move on to some more oracle cards, you guys, to hopefully, again, receive some more clarity on what you guys need to know. Can I please get a message, a brutally honest message for group number 3? Yeah, okay, so we have blessings here. Fantastic, amazing. Some of you guys are coming up to the end of your Saturn return, and some of you who are watching this are about to enter it. I do think that's why there is this energy here of struggle and delays and setbacks, right? And the square. The Queen of Swords showing up as well. I do feel like that type of energy pushes you to become more independent. So again, for some of you, you are leaving this tough time, and for others of you, you are entering a more difficult time or a more challenging time. Now, I don't want you to look at that as a bad thing. I want you to look at it as opportunity, again, to begin again, to start a new chapter. We have beauty. So, oh, dang. I guess that's not bad, but you never know. With this showing up again, I just go back to the aesthetics. Some of you do have to make a physical change in order to motivate yourself to make internal changes or changes to your day-to-day, changes to your life. We have fertility here, and this is talking about growth. Now, you guys are very aware, especially if you are a woman who has children, or just, I feel like the girls get it in general. Like, I have never had a child. I don't think I'm ever going to have children, but the idea of going through labor is actually like gut-wrenching. If you have had to go through that experience, or if you chose to go through that experience, you are so strong, you are so incredible. I admire you so deeply. But fertility showing up is talking about growth that's really positive, growth that is really beautiful, but also, again, like, the pain of labor is still there. So the pain of change is still here. Although it's beautiful, although it's magical, although it's something to look forward to, there's still like, oh, you still have to go through this uncomfortable experience of the change, of the birth, right? And I feel like that's why this reading feels a bit complicated to me, because I see happiness here. I see beauty. I see us reaching our goals, perhaps having deeper connections, right? But then at the same time, I'm recognizing that there's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of discomfort as well. So that's why I'm like, oh, like, things are good, but also things are going to be bad or uncomfortable before it gets better. Okay. Can I please have... Okay, guys, that was the Prince. I'm gonna pause and grab him in a second. We have Detective and Warrior. Okay. So the Prince showing up, this is romantic charm and potential for power. I'm gonna be very, very honest. For those of you who are looking for a love reading, I believe if you're in a relationship, again, that you hate, that relationship's ending, okay? And maybe you don't even hate the relationship, but maybe it's just objectively a bad relationship. In my personal life, I can think of several people where I'm like, you maybe shouldn't be with that person. You know, you could do better, perhaps. You should want to do better for yourself. And some of you guys who are watching this could be in that position where you're like, yeah, but I love them and I don't want to leave them. I don't think that there's going to be an option here. The reason why is because I do believe that this very much feels like a purge. This feels like we are entering into a time in our life where we, again, either just got done purging all of this, or we are about to purge all of these things that need to go. I feel like a lot of you, again, are entering into a connection that is healthier, that is more balanced, bringing more satisfaction. This Prince Charming, again, romantic charm and potential for power. So I think a lot of you are either ending your crappy relationships or you are getting your crappy relationships ended for you. And moving into something that is more positive, again, more balanced. I think that's going to take a while. I don't think that you should expect that in the next few months. I don't think you should expect that even in the next 6 months, but it's happening. For those of you who are in a relatively healthy relationship, I would see this as perhaps going into a direction where your relationship becomes more romantic or the bond between the two of you becomes deeper. I think that that's something that can take place no matter how long you've been together with somebody. I think there's always potential to deepen a relationship. But I just, again, this whole reading feels like we are throwing out like moldy bread and we're getting new bread. We're like taking out the raw and we're like, no, like this has to go. We have Warrior here. And again, Warrior showing up, you guys, to me, that represents like you gotta toughen up. Like there is a period in your life that you're about to go through, or again, that you just went through, and you have to toughen the hell up. Like there is no choice. Like this is like, it's time to get that thick skin, okay? So strength, skills, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So, you know, sometimes we hold on to things. Sometimes we hold on to friendships or relationships or careers or perhaps even hobbies, not out of genuine desire or wanting to do this, but because we feel obligated to do it, or because we feel on some egotistical level of like, I'm expected to do this, so I have to do this, or this is feeding my ego in some way, shape, or form. So even though I hate it, like I'm gonna show up and do it anyways. I think that we are really being stripped down, you guys. I think this Warrior is representing you guys completely stripping yourselves down, and again, really obtaining that tougher skin. And I want to say this as well. If this is resonating with you and you're like, I've already been through this, I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to worry because I think that this is just a message of like, you did the right thing. Like you're on the right path. Things are getting better. Again, I'm seeing a lot of positive things here. Not the 6 of Cups. Where's the 9 of Cups? The 9 of Cups, blessing showing up, fertility showing up, right? There are really positive things that have shown up for you guys, group number 3, but it just feels like a period of difficulty first. We have Detective here as well, and this is great powers of observation and intuition, the desire to seek the truth, This is very much like, I rather live in a like being sad and miserable with the truth than being happy and delusional with a lie. And I feel like a lot of you are having this moment of clarity where you're like, holy freaking crap. Like I've been pouring my energy into this relationship and it's not what I thought it was. Or I've been pouring my energy into my education and now I realize I don't want to do this. Or I have spent the last 10 years building up my career and I can't show up. I can't do this anymore. It's something that I hate. It's something that I'm not enjoying. I need, again, a fresh coat of paint. You guys are having this moment of sobriety is what I'm seeing for you. And I do think, again, ultimately it's uncomfortable, but it's leading towards more comfortability in the long run. I want to see you guys, again, if you've already been through this, I want you to know that things are going to come to a close very soon. I don't think it's necessarily happening in the next month or 2, but things are coming to a close soon if you have already gone through this process. If you are currently like, oh, like things are fine, or I haven't gone through this at all, let's get a estimate of when this could be coming to a close. Okay, we have February, which I think is incredibly interesting, you guys, because Saturn does come out of Pisces in February. So again, for those of you who have been going through your Saturn return with me, we are perhaps going to get a break. I'm so weary of like, every time I'm like, things are great, things are fine, and things are not fine, things are not great. Love all the lessons, but okay. So we have March, February, and at the afternoon. So we can expect things to perhaps start to get better in March, in February. That feels good. That feels correct. And again, for those of you who are going through your Saturn return, or who are about to go through your Saturn return, I should say, buckle up, you know, and try to just take it as like, this is a moment in my life that perhaps is a little difficult, but I'm going to take as much nourishment from this moment as I can. I'm going to take as much from it as I can. So that is ultimately what I have for you guys. I think I want to leave you on something a little bit more positive. Can I please get a message for group? Perfect. Can I please get a brutally honest message for group number 3? Okay. We have Circe's love and mother yourself. Okay. And the last two I think are rather interesting. So we have awakening. This is energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So fantastic, lovely. I 100% see this happening for you guys, group number 3. And the last card is birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And like I said, you guys, birth is beautiful. Birth of all things is beautiful, but it's also very painful and uncomfortable. And I can imagine it's very scary, right? So understand that if you're scared, it's okay. If it's uncomfortable, it's okay. It's temporary. You will get through it. You are strong enough to get through it. You are birthing a new way of being. You are birthing a new life into reality. I think you should be very proud of yourself, group number 3, for all the hard work that you've been putting in and all the hard work that you are going to be putting in. So that is what I have for you guys, group 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope that it was helpful. I'm sending you guys all my love, and that is all I got. So